Hi, my name is Sharnicole Floresoni from the group 116, team number 2, and today I'm going to be explaining the observation. Nowadays, we have more and more cases of poverty. These cases have rather escalated than decreased in these recent months, since the pandemic arrived with different types of problems from which they have developed economic ones, such as unemployment and lower wages. These are some of the factors which impulse the increment of poverty cases.
Hi, my name is Ana Sofia Flores Betancourt. I'm from group 116 and I am team 2. And the question is, how has the pandemic affected our economy?
Hello, my name is Galileo Los Garcia and today I'll be explaining our hypothesis. According to our hypothesis, if the pandemic forced people to go into a lockdown, then the productive and commercial activities were diminished or stopped, causing unemployment, low wages, and affecting other economically associated factors. Basically, this means that if the pandemic forced jobs to close or reduced working hours, workers were either less paid or were not paid at all. So this did not only affect our economy but also helped poverty cases to rise because people could no longer maintain the living standards they had before the pandemic took place.
Hello, my name is Jorge Figueroa Morales. I'm from the team 2 from the group 116 and I'm going to talk about the discussion of our social problem. As it was thought before, there is no way to refute the fact that it is well understood how Mexico is a place where, unfortunately, poverty abounds. But added the fact of catastrophic events such as is a pandemic can make a big impact in the more vulnerable section of our society, resulting in a negative impact for our most vulnerable ones. A pandemic is an event that in the majority of it comes with a negative outcomes, some of which recently in the economy aspect the rise of cases brought closure of business that were not prepared for an event of this magnitude, meaning most of those were the smaller business which are the ones who must depend on the movement of customers which was paused in an immediate way. Unfortunately, most of these situations took with them the job opportunities, salaries, but in the most unfortunate cases, it even took lives away, leaving incomplete families and even when carried the preoccupation of that event had on them another weight, which were debts and no job opportunities. Meaning, in fact, the pandemic was an event of high impact on our vulnerable section of society, such as the ones who suffer from poverty, that it has been more difficult for them to recover and evolve from it. This is not only being said by us, but previous researchers have been proven before that all routes always lead to the more vulnerable ones, just as it was expressed on the research made by Nora Lustig and Valentina Martinez Pavon from the Tulane University. Then, rather disagreeing with them, we got the same results, meaning that during the pandemic, the poverty raised more than it was already, but also agreed that Mexico is unfortunately one of the countries with the more poverty and as well affected living the poorest ones even poor during the pandemic of COVID-19 and unbalanced economic outcomes. They will add that there is seen that the more affected ones are young households and increases less for the rural households and the indigenous population.
Hi, I'm Patricia Lagarde Sanchez from the group 116 and I'm a member of the team 2. Today, I'm going to explain you the conclusion of our experiment.
This is our conclusion. The loss of jobs caused the poverty index increase. In the past year, in the year of 2019, only 37.3% of Mexicans were in poverty. However, this number has increased to 44.5% in July of 2020, which led to a big increase in only just 1 year. And our hypothesis is correct, because the pandemic forced a lockdown, and the economic sector was paused for almost 1 year, and this caused to the poverty index to increase a lot. Thank you for watching.
Now, I'm going to talk about the research techniques that were applied in this social problem. The research technique that was applied in this social problem was the documentary technique. Why? because it compares the results of the poverty level of 2019 and 2020.
Sources information: primary, secondary, tertiary. Primary because of our investigation, it is based on original documents.
Hello, my name is Emilio Arturo Lizalde Perez. I'm from team number 2 and I will explain the approaches of research that the article that we choose have. The approach that the BBVA article that Juan Jose Lee NG and Carlos Serrano take is an historical and critical one. But why? Well, this is simply to explain. In the article "Evolution of Working Poverty in Mexico", its author often compared the figures of one year with others, in order to have as a reference as a change. And the other aspect that makes us realize that the approach taken is historical and the fact that it's taken as a reference and as point of study a date in the past, in this case 2019, and the important variable of time is not modified. These are the reasons why the approaches taken in the article are comparative and historical.